Hello, everyone. This is Attorney General Carl Racine. Feel free to call me Carl. I'm so excited today because we'll be recognizing the two finalists who were DC ambassadors for this year's Do the Right Thing writing contest. And they are, our first winner is a great student whose name is Favour. The second winner is another great student whose name is Samuel. Favour and Samuel, congratulations. Through the Do the Right Thing challenge, young people across the country are provided a creative outlet to promote their ideas to address gun violence and create communities that are healthy, safe, and thriving. The Office of Attorney General received dozens and dozens of submissions from students attending 3 different schools across the District of Columbia. And to be sure, this year was different because of the pandemic. However, I want to make sure that I say thank you to the 3 schools that participated and every young person who submitted a written submission. Our judges were very impressed by all of the writing. Speaking up and speaking out is not easy, especially as a young person, when your voice oftentimes isn't heard on issues that hit close to home, like violence and death in our communities. But your voice matters. Above all, you matter, and you can help make a difference. So please continue to use your creative outlets, your heart and your soul to speak up. Use your voice to call for the world that you want to see. And never forget that each of you has the courage and ability to change your community.
My name is Favour and and I go to DC Prep Benning Middle School. As a black girl, it's strange how justice is rearranged because we're not seen as the normal humans should be. As a black girl, it's sad because we get scared for our dads, especially when Philando Castile died. My dad was pulled aside, and I was scared for my life because I didn't want to see my father die right before my eyes at the age of 9. As a black girl, I'm blind for the fact white people get to thrive, but they claim they face oppression as if white privilege isn't their prized possession. As a black girl, it doesn't ring how during an incident I have to be scared of 2 things. After my neighbors were shot and killed point blank, I saw police officers and I sank. Not only was I scared of being home and randomly getting shot, I had to be aware of what I was doing in front of cops. Though, as a black girl, I'm glad, because going outside, my skin color isn't always displayed as bad. We're seen as activists and young black women whose spirit never dies. We're seen as leaders using our platform for violence to stop being on the rise. We're using writing for justice and using our voices to go against systematic racist choices. So I use this poem to share my experience with fear and violence, and how with this continuously going on, we should not stay silent. To eliminate the fears of going out and being black, and use our platforms to show we will not stay back. The inspiration behind my piece was how, as a black girl, violence and police brutality has impacted my life by making me see things or having to see things a certain way, but also the good image of being a black girl. Violence has impacted my life by making me more self-conscious about what I'm doing in front of other people or how I see other people. To me, Do the Right Thing is a program to help spread awareness about youth violence. And with our experiences, they use that to show why youth violence should stop. And kids can help stop violence by protesting or using their words vocally or with writing, as Do the Right Thing has provided with us.
Hi, my name is Samuel Endergatu. I go to Sidwell Friends High School, and I'm in 9th grade. The Bridge We Must Cross by Samuel Endergatu. Violence has negatively affected my life. If I go to sleep at night, I hear yelling and crying so loud that it can be heard from multiple houses away. If I turn on the news, I hear about death, and I wonder why this is happening, why people are dying, why people have to die to be heard, and why they aren't heard. As humans, I think we are obligated to care about each other and their wellness. So much so that we should care for others more than ourselves. I think about why nothing is being done, why people aren't being heard, why people aren't being saved, why people aren't being helped, and why people aren't being loved. Back in the early beginnings of my 8th grade year, I remember an incident that occurred at my school. We were forced to go into lockdown because someone outside had a gun, and they were shooting with the intent to kill. A bullet even came into our cafeteria, breaking the window. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but I had a strong realization at that moment. I realized that all of those things on the news and all of those school shootings I have heard weren't happening on some other earth. That those were bad things that were happening in the world, and now in my world. And again, at this time, I had so many wonderings, so many thoughts and regrets and doubts. I thought about what would have happened if someone was hit, if someone died, as they have for a lot of other schools. I realized how lucky I was to not be hurt, but I also realized that I wouldn't always have this luck, that if a bullet was coming at me, it wouldn't dodge out of the way, I would be hit and I could die. I couldn't rely on this fantasy that I'll be protected forever, but I can rely on the solution. I can rely on human emotions and helping people realize that we are all on the same planet, in the same community, in the same home. But I realized the capacity of my actions. Unfortunately, if you put too much trust in untrustworthy people, they are bound to disappoint you. I knew that in order to be successful in this, I had to use the fact that we're all humans. Our humanity is what unites us. That we're all unique and connected at the same time. That we all want the best for ourselves. And we will do anything for the ones who we hold close to us. But there's only one way to do this. One way to motivate, inspire, and help others. I had to be a leader. Someone people can look up to. Someone people care about. Someone people will follow in their footsteps. This was going to be a strong obstacle to overcome, but I know that I had to do it. When I grow up, I would like to become the President of the United States of America. I want to be a strong, capable, and courageous leader that will represent the people. To do this, however, like many other things, it would be an extreme challenge to change people so much that they start putting others before themselves. However, I will not lose hope. I can't. I must stare at the face of violence in confidence. I must be brave enough to see the change I want to be, then brave enough to be the change I want to see. Because in the end, that is the bridge we must all cross. Thank you. So the first question is, what was the inspiration behind your piece? I'd probably say the inspiration behind my piece was, I just thought I could sort of appeal and connect with whoever was reading my speech, and I just wanted to, I guess, like, I kind of said in the speech, but kind of like focusing on their humanity, because no matter what, no matter your race, religion, gender orientation, anything really, everyone is human, and I think it's important to focus on our one similarity, our one commonality that we can all relate to, because no matter really who someone is, most people will have compassion for them and will want to help them. So I think if I can sort of hone into that and use that, then not only me, but if anyone, really, that's pretty much one of the best ways. It might even be the only way to make the world a better place through, uniting someone. So, how has violence impacted your life? Violence, I also mentioned this in the speech, but violence has impacted my life through many ways. I've seen violence before, and even though I'm still a child, and it's left its mark on me, kind of. I think that violence, I'm one of the lucky ones, and like it's a very cruel world, but the thing about violence is that, like, it's one of the things where it's a lot of people can sort of not relate to it, but understand what it's like to be a victim of violence, or to witness it themselves. So I think that violence is obviously negatively impacted my life. I think it's done that to everyone, and it's a problem that we should stop. So, what do you think kids can do to help stop violence? Well, I think that because we are children, we're eventually going to grow up to be adults, and we're the future we're the next generation, the future of this world. So we can do a lot. We can do a lot as kids, like what we're doing now with the Do the Right Thing challenge. It's a wonderful opportunity. We can write speeches, promote, like, do advocacy, and sort of get eyes watching on this issue. And then, eventually, when you get when you're an adult, you have more responsibilities, more freedom. So you can do a lot of things going to um, political positions of power, or even just being an activist, or even like just donating money you have. It doesn't have to be anything big, but I think kids can do a lot to stop violence, because we are, like I said, we're the next generation. We have the power to change the world. What did Do the Right Thing mean to you? Well, Do the Right Thing, the contest at least, it means a lot to me, because it's a huge opportunity, and I'm very, very grateful to get it. Not only to get in, but to have the chance to apply for it, because I'm assuming that I'm not the only one watching this, and that through this Do the Right Thing challenge, there's other people listening to my speech, listening to my story, and I'm doing the same for others. So I think that Do the Right Thing is a big opportunity to sort of, especially at a younger age, start to leave your mark on the world and think about what problems are very big and impact you, and how you're going to solve them. So yeah, I think it's a wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
You are or will be in middle school next year. Remember that the Do the Right Thing Challenge writing contest is an annual event. So I really want you to participate next year. And to all the kids out there, please continue to speak up and speak out, and to make our world listen. I and many other adults fully support you, and we look forward to your leadership. Thank you.